So what are changes in challenge mode? The air is thick with danger. Your Majesty, I am Shahrzad, your bride for tonight. Oh, I bet he starts, you can't mention weapons from the beginning. Oh, you're Jafar's daughter. Quite the beauty. No wonder your father kept you hidden. Your father begged me to spare you, yet you still come on your own. Tell me, what are you really up to? Your Majesty, I mean no disrespect. My father, as your vizier, has always proven his loyalty through actions. And that is why I am here to offer you a gift. Please allow me to tell a story, one I'm sure you'll enjoy. A story? I'm skeptical of your true intentions. Go on then, but don't try any tricks. I need to tell a story and guide him to mention the weapon. I suspect you're a woman with malicious intent. If you dare to tell a mischievous story, you'll face the consequences. Like mischievous in tone, or... Okay. My dearest king, allow me to tell you the tale of the voyage of the Amaya. You know, we're not doing Amaya, because if it's always going to text it like that, okay. Maria and her crew. It all started when Abdul, a merchant's son, happened upon a bronze ring in the dunes. A bronze ring, you say? Proceed, but ensure this tale's not one of your feeble attempts to mock my power with common trinkets. Abdul, the merchant's son, may have found a ring, but little did he know the ring would unleash a tempest of tyranny in his life. Indeed, for the ring held a strange power within it. Power, you say? Intriguing. But what manner of power? Speak, and do not keep me in suspense. This ring, with its enigmatic power, must have woven a web of treachery and despair, as all great treasures do in my court. Yes, for the ring grants its wearer wisdom. However, it grants its wearer's enemy. Hold on, let's just start from the beginning. Speech to text was not working well for me. Yes, for the ring grants its wearer immense wisdom. However, it gives its wearer's chief rival wisdom threefold. Wisdom, eh? a dangerous commodity in the wrong hands, and threefold for a rival. That sounds like a recipe for disaster. This Abdul fellow must have been foolish indeed to let such a rival live, for I would have crushed him under the weight of my own triple wisdom. Alas, Abdul tried. Or Abdul, what the heck? Alas, Abdul tried such a thing, but soon found that in the midst of his rival's death, the ring merely chose a new rival to bestow its blessing upon. No, Abdul became Abdul. Ah, the fickle nature of such artifacts. They always seem to find a way to create chaos, do they not? No matter the scheme, the ring would perpetuate the cycle of jealousy and strife, a never-ending dance of cunning and deceit. It just so happened that the rival the ring chose for Abdul, in the wake of his previous rival's death, was a great and powerful trying to think of like Arab, Islamic sort of governmental structures in the Middle Ages. Sultan. The Sultan, you say? Now the plot thickens. This ring plays a dangerous game, pitting a mere merchant's son against the Sultan's might. The Sultan, no doubt, would be a formidable foe, one who would crush Abdul beneath his sandaled feet, had he known the truth of the ring's power. However, he was even more dangerous. In his ignorance. He heard of the ring and assumed that if he were to wear it, its blessing upon him would increase even further. He sent out his greatest messengers and spies to find Abdul. Ignorance is often the sharper blade in the hands of the powerful. The Sultan's hubris will be his undoing, mark my words. The Sultan's reach is vast, his spies relentless, but Abdul must clever evade capture, for the ring's true power lies in the unseen. But nowhere was safe. The Sultan's reach was vast. However, Abdul was a tricky young man, and realized that no man can see his nose right below his eyes. And so, Abdul sought out the Maria, flagship of the Sultan's navy. And volunteered as a sailor aboard it. But Noah, oh! No. Dang. Okay, well. Clever indeed, to hide in plain sight is a move of cunning fox. But does he not risk his life by sailing under the very flag of his enemy? Abdul's plan is a risky one, but fortune favors the bold. And perhaps he'll find a way to turn the Sultan's own ship against him. He boarded the ship at the port in Cairo and worked diligently as it sailed the Mediterranean towards the Isle of Crete. We gotta get some weapons mentioned here soon. Cairo to Crete, a journey fraught with peril. Let us hope this Abdul has the wit to navigate not only the seas but the treacherous political waters. As the sails billowed and the ship cut through the waves, Abdul's mind raced, plotting his next move in the grand game of deception he played. One night, as Abdul struggled to sleep, he heard murmurings coming from the bunk beneath his. Murmurings in the dead of night. This does not bode well for our cunning sailor. What secrets does this ship hold? In the dark of night, Abdul's ears perked, straining to catch the whispers that danced on the wind, a harbinger of danger, or an opportunity waiting to be seized. As he listened carefully, he heard words like loyalty, blackmail, and clemency. It became apparent that it became apparent that beneath him was the sound of one of the Sultan's agents, one of his spies in the shadows, cajoling a would-be rabble-rouser. Into a plea bargain. Not a please bargain. Whatever. Spies and cajoling in the night. This is the stuff of palace intrigue. Abdul must be cautious, for such deals are as fragile as they are deadly. The ship's dark underbelly, a stage for secret negotiations. Abdul realizes the game has grown more complex, with his own fate hanging in the balance of a spy's whispered words. The rest of the night passed uneventfully. However, Abdul hatched a devious plan. He planted the ring on the bunk of the victim of that cajoling. No. Beneath his, hoping the agent of the Sultan would find the ring and assume it belonged to Abdul's bunkmate. I don't think that's what I tried to type. A devious plan indeed, to throw suspicion onto another. A classic move of the cunning fox. But will the Sultan's agents be so easily deceived? With a mischievous grin, Abdul places the ring A beacon of false guilt, hoping it will redirect the Sultan's wrath away from him and onto an unsuspecting sailor. Come night. Come night, the agent of the Sultan again interrogated Abdul's bunkmate. However, this time he found the ring. The ring his master had been searching for. Anger flashed in his eyes. Ah, the ring is found, but by the wrong hands, it seems. The agent's anger will no doubt be visited upon the poor bunkmate. Such is the way of these power games. The agent eyes a light with avarice and anger seizes the ring, his mind already plotting the reward he will receive and the punishment he will deliver. Wait! Abdul called out. That's not at all what I said. In that moment, Abdul called out to the agent to stop. He warned him that so long as the ring bearer lived, any who attempt to seize the ring will perish. Clever, Abdul, trying to manipulate the situation with fear. Let us see if the agent is foolish enough to fall for such a ploy. Abdul's voice cuts through the night, a stark warning that echoes with an air of mystical truth, leaving the agent paused, considering the weight of Abdul's words. Do not kill or... So long as that man lives, you cannot so much as touch the ring. You know what you have to do, Abdul said. Bold words from a mere sailor, as Abdul has stones the size of boulders to confront the Sultan's agent so directly. The agent, stunned by Abdul's audacity, must now weigh the risk against the reward, knowing full well that the ring's allure could be his undoing. Well, what are you waiting for? Abdul asked. Kill this man, and I'll help you cover up the body. Kill this man, and I'll help you hide it from the rest of the crew. Audacious. Dare an agent to commit murder and cover it up. Abdul plays a dangerous game, baiting the agent into further sin. The agent, caught in between Abdul's web of words, must decide between obedience to his master's desires and the risk of exposing his own treachery to the crew. Hurry! If you don't do it now, you'll not get another chance. We're so close to Crete already. Abdul said. Abdul is pressing the agent, using the urgency of the approach to Crete to force his hand. The agent must act, and quickly, or risk losing everything. With Crete looming on the horizon, Abdul's words are like a goad prodding the agent into action. His fate and the fate of the ring hanging in the balance. Yes, I know! The agent sighs. Not agent, sheesh. The agent sighs, and in a no. That is not what I want to say at all. The agent sighs, and in a moment, blood scatters across the under deck. We'll just say deck. It should be splatters, not scatters. The agent's... Dang homophones. So the agent takes the bait, bathed in the gore of his act. A grisly scene, but one that Abdul must navigate carefully if he's to escape unscathed in a flash. The deck runs red with blood. The agent's dagger, a tool of his own undoing, as Abdul's plan unfolds in a macabre dance of death and deceit. Okay. Only 5 damage. Shadow's Caress dagger. Did we already have a Shadow's Caress dagger? A sleek and silent dagger bathed in the dark arts. Its handle inscribed with the sigils of deceit, used by the Sultan's agent in the realm of shadows. Okay. The agent reaches for the ring. But Abdul pleads for him to stop. Wait! If you touch that, you will be the new ring bearer. And when you deliver it to the Sultan, he will have to kill you as well. Allow me to bear its burden. Abdul's plea is a masterstroke of manipulation, to offer to bear the burden while planting the seed of fear in the agent's heart. The agent's hand hovers, his mind racing with the implications of Abdul's words, the ring a cursed beacon that could lead him to his own demise. Very well, the agent said. The agent relents, perhaps seeing the wisdom in Abdul's words, or simply too cowardly to bear the ring's burden himself. With every sigh, the agent nods his consent, allowing Abdul to take on the role of scapegoat for now, as the ship sails even closer to the Sultan's justice. Okay, where are we taking this next? Where are we taking this? We need to find a setting where there's going to be more weapons. Not daggers in the darkness, real battlefield weapons. Abdul and the agents throw the body overboard and clean the deck that was splattered with blood. By morning, there is no sign of the dead man, nor his corpse. Let's at least get that loose end covered up. Or tied up or whatever. A cover-up well executed. Abdul has proven himself adept at handling the consequences of his actions. The sea has claimed another secret. As dawn breaks, the decks is spotless. The crew none the wiser, and Abdul breathes a sigh of relief. His scheme to avoid the Sultan's wrath temporarily successful. Okay, I've angered the king. I'm not quite sure how. Let's see. As they near Crete... No. The Maria approaches Crete. However, she is greeted by the sound of cannon fire. Oh, I can't say cannon fire. That totally counts as mentioning a weapon. A torrential bombardment. A bombardment. This is a dire turn of events. The Sultan's wrath is unleashed upon the unsuspecting crew. How will Abdul navigate this new storm? The Maria, previously a vessel of deception, now finds itself in the midst of a relentless assault. The roar of cannons, a symphony of death, as Abdul's survival skills are put to the ultimate test. Compared to the cannons, don't count as weapons. We get like a spear going. Great sword. Shield. Oh, shields, baby. Abdul and the agent rush around the deck, attempting to put up the ship's meager defenses. Meager defenses against a torrential bombardment? It seems the agent and Abdul must work together now their fates intertwined. In this battle for survival, amidst the chaos, Abdul and the agent scramble to reinforce the ship, their previous animosity forgotten in the face of the impending doom that threatens them both. In the chaos of the moment, the captain barks an order to retrieve some item he calls the Godslayer. The captain calls for the Godslayer. What kind of weapon could this be? It sounds like a device of great power, one that could turn the tide of this battle. As the captain's voice booms over the noise of battle, Abdul's curiosity is piqued, and he wonders if this mysterious Godslayer could be the key to their salvation, or harbinger of further destruction. Consumed by curiosity, he follows a member of the crew who heeded the captain's order below deck. There, the crew member opens up a chest, but before he can take out the item within, Abdul slays him and takes it for himself. Holding it up to the candlelights below decks, he marvels at its craftsmanship and power. I know. Tell me what this weapon is, Captain. Or King, Sultan. Uh-oh. Stop the gibberish, odd weapon! You dare mention such a thing in my presence? Abdul may have slayed the crew member, but he will not slay my patience. Speak of another matter at once. Dang, okay. Sorry. He grabbed the item called Godslayer from the chest and returned above deck. Hopefully that doesn't anger him. Okay, that angered him. I warned you at entering that weapon. Do not test my temper, Shahrzad. Abdul's actions are of no consequence to me. Speak of something else, or feel the weight of my wrath. Okay. Oh, we're not doing really well on this one. Maybe we need a pivot. It was then, in a moment of inspiration, Abdul thought of the wind and how he could use it to further an advantage for the sake of the Maria. The wind, you say? A sailor's truest ally. Perhaps Abdul has a plan to harness its power. Could this be the turning point in their struggle? With the wind on his mind, Abdul's eyes glint with a newfound resolve, ready to use the element to his advantage and save the Maria from certain destruction. He found a bag of golden powder and cast it into the wind, cloaking the boat in a haze of shimmering dust, enough to blind the fortifications on the island, which were assailing them. Uh-oh. Why does his patience run out? A bag of golden powder to blind the enemy. Ingenious! Abdul's resourcefulness may yet save the day. Let's see if this ploy will turn the tides of battle. With a swift motion, Abdul throws the golden powder into the air, creating a blinding shimmer that dances in the sunlight, hoping to throw the attackers off their aim and give the... yeah. Whoops. Okay, we'll try that again. Hard mode, one more time. Yeah, I kind of got stuck there. Let's all go on a boat. Most weapons that are applicable on boats don't count as weapons, as it turns out.